Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Get Shirty Football channel, where we check out football shirts from around the world, some of them real, some of them fake. As you can see from the title and the thumbnail, we are checking out the SPFL home, away and third shirts for the 25-26 season. Some teams have got some friendlies coming up. One team we'll get on to have got a European qualifier to contend with. Let's hopefully see if they get through. So the season kicks off on Saturday the 2nd of August. We're going to check out all the teams from A through to S, Aberdeen through to St Mirren, give them a score out of 10, but I cannot give any of them a 7. I've chosen not to give anything a 7 because that kind of makes it a bit wishy-washy. So 7's a good dividing line. Above that, it's a shirt I'd probably consider getting. Below that, it's either going to be bang average or one you're going to be a bit embarrassed wearing for the next few games. So let's check out A, starting off with Aberdeen, who finished 5th last season. Now, I've given their home shirt here a 4 out of 10. I think it's a below average effort from Adidas. I think that the different colours of red don't really work yet. It's got a little bit of piping in there using the Adidas template that we've seen, but compared to last season, it's not as good. It's a 4 out of 10 for me, slightly below average. But their away shirts, which I actually have picked up, I've given an 8 out of 10. And I really quite like it. I think it's a cracking shirt. It's an Adidas template. It's got the gold piping down there. They've used gold in there for the Texo and on the badges. 2 stars up there. Winners of the Scottish Cup last season. I think it's a nice, clean effort. Probably not as good as last season's shirt, which I did actually pick up from the Aberdeen Club Shop. I would have given that a 9 out of 10. Therefore, I'd give this one an 8 out of 10. So, a bit of a game of two halves for Aberdeen there, letting themselves down with the home shirt with a 4, and the away shirt picked it up with an 8. Moving on now to Celtic, the champions. They've released 3 of their shirts. The home one, to me, it's a 6 out of 10 shirt. Last season's shirt was better, probably more of an 8, but this one, I think there's slightly too much black in there. Not as much black as there was a couple of seasons ago with that really wonky shirt that they had. But I like the turn that's going through it. I think it's okay with the trim, but you know, it's above average. It can't get a 7, but I don't think it's worth an 8. Therefore, I think it's worth a 6. It's a case shirt. Now, the away one, you may have seen in a short that I put out there. I have picked up the away shirt. I think it's a cracking design, this one, reminiscent of some from previous seasons. Gone for that lime, luminous green through there, all the way through, star on there, on the sleeve with the stripes, and yes, I went for Nicholas Kuhn. Good luck to him. Now he's gone to Como. Shame didn't keep hold of him, but whacking profit that Celtic made on him. But it's a great shirt. They've used that kind of Teamgeist Adidas template, green piping running through there. An 8 out of 10 for me. Yeah, it's a good shirt, but I do think that their third shirt here is more of a 9 out of 10. Now, from what I've read online, I think some of the Celtic fans ain't too happy with it. A bit of a mixed reception. I think it's a cracking shirt. They've used that Adidas template. They've used the 3 colours, the orange, the kind of off-white, and a lighter green through it. Love how they've used that shamrock for the badge. I think the third shirts, when they put the shamrock on it, always look really good. The orange piping and the trim around the collar and the cuffs, really quite good. And it's not quite bright white, it's really quite cool. I think a 9 out of 10 is fair for them. So, you know, overall, mixed bag, a couple of really cracking shirts. You know, a slightly above average home shirt for Celtic. Dundee, now they finished 3rd from bottom last season, but they've come out with 2 really quite nice shirts. The home one here, they've gone for that centralised badge and the crown services in the middle there. I'm not too sure about them breaking up that, and that's why I've given it an 8 out of 10. So they made that break, you can see there in the middle for the sponsor. I would have preferred it if they'd gone right the way down. A block stripe would really look really good. I don't know how you get around it, because you've got to have sponsorship somewhere, and because they're going to present like badges, I don't think there's anything else to be done. But I gave it an 8 out of 10 because I think it's an above average shirt. Macron do come out with some really good shirts. I think they're only second only to Kappa. Shame Kappa don't make any SPFL kit. But this is a really nice shirt, worthy of an 8 out of 10. It's got all the colours that are associated with Dundee, with that red, white and blue, with a lovely dark colour. There's a bit of a sublimated DFC running through it as well. Really nice 8 out of 10 shirt. But I think the away one, just goes that a little bit further. It's got a collar. I'm giving this one a 9 out of 10. Gone for the white. We've used the navy on the collar and the cuffs. I like how the badge is there. It's a nice badge they put in there. The kind of like little stripes that they've drawn, pinstripes of the red and blue. Looks really good. A 9 out of 10, a cracking shirt. So Dundee, if you're a Dundee supporter, you're going to be well pleased with those shirts. Go out and get them, because they're going to be classics. Third from bottom last season. Let's see what they can do this season. And then across the street, Tannadice Street, from Tannadice, is Dundee United, who finished 4th last season. They've only released this one, their home shirt. I think Array have not done them a favour with this shirt. It's not a great photo, but at the same time, I'm not too sure about the orange and the black running through it. I think there must be some kind of sublimated design in there. Quinn Casino's not a great sponsor, to be fair, but it does look a little bit team weary. So a 3 out of 10 for me. I look forward to seeing if they can pick it up from the away shirt. Nothing I've seen online for that one. It's a 3 out of 10. It's down there towards the bottom. Who knows where they're going to finish next season? Finish 4th. I think they're going to be hard pushed to get into the top half of the table next season. So guys, I was in the middle of editing this video, and then Dundee United decided to release their away shirt. Here it is. It's not bad. It's white with a black trim. I say white, it's more of a cream. It's got a subtle design on there. It's an okay shirt, slightly. To me, it's better than the home one, but I can only give this one a 6 out of 10. So, we move on to F and newly promoted Falkirk, who were promoted from champions from the championship, and they've got this home shirt. Now, both their shirts are made by O'Neill's. I've given this one a 4 out of 10. I think it's a bit simplistic. Yeah, Crunchy Carrots as a sponsor just looks really good, but I'm not too sure about the centralised budget. It just doesn't work too well, I think. The sleeves have kind of gone that for effect. I think it's called a raglan sleeve. The white, the bits of red and the blue on there. The collar and cuffs are okay, but it's an average to below average shirt. The away one, slightly better. Yeah, they've separated out the badges on the top. We've gone for that sleeve pattern, which looks okay with the black and the blue. But apart from that, it's quite plain and simple. It's a bang average 5 out of 10. Newly promoted as champions, are they going to stay up? I think they'll be hard pushed to stay in the relegation group as we come towards the end of the season. Moving on to Hearts. Now, I would consider them one of the bigger teams. They're going to probably finish in the top half of the table this coming up season. They finished 7th at the top of the relegation group last year. And they've come out with 3 really quite nice shirts. Checking out the home one here, I've scored this one an 8 out of 10. It's a classy Hummel design. It's got a nice sublimated design in there that gives it a little bit of edge with the kind of mixture of maroons. Apart from that, it's plain and simple, but it's a really classy looking shirt. So an 8 out of 10 is very fine. And equally this shirt, the away shirt, I've given this one an 8 out of 10 as well. White always looks good for Hearts. I like how they put those thinner stripes, which are the maroon. It stands out. It's another good one from Hummel. Got the chevrons on the shoulders, really quite cool. Third one, I think it's the weakest of the bunch. Well done for releasing a third shirt, black and gold. But apart from that, it's a 6 out of 10 shirt for me. Sublimated design, it's okay, it's nice. It's nothing too exciting. It's above average, but it's not going to break itself into 8, 9 and 10. Overall for Hearts, I think you should be happy that you've got 3 decent shirts, at least your home and away ones, which are probably the majority of the time. Really nice. A couple of 8s there. Let's head down into Leith and it's Hibs, who finished 3rd and played Midtjylland in the Europa League qualifying in the next couple of weeks. Now it's their 150th anniversary, and for that they released this home shirt. Now I think it's a beautiful looking shirt for the 150th anniversary. Really classy with the traditional green. I think stops at making a 10 is I would have maybe wanted to see a brighter green. Equally, you could say that Hibs have always had that kind of green colour. Nice with the sleeves. 150th anniversary shirt. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I would love to see a long sleeve one. I looked in the Hibs shop, it sold out really quickly, so I couldn't get my hands on one. It's one that I'm probably going to pick up. The away shirt looks like this. They've gone for a yellow and green number. I think the one thing that you have to look at is that dodgy looking cuff that they have there. Joma have decided to do something very odd with the kind of cut, if you can see. A bit strange in there. It's still an okay shirt. I like the vibrancy of the yellow. It's an 8 out of 10 for me. So Hibs, you've done alright, but I think you've got a cracking home shirt which you're going to see for your 150th anniversary. Kilmarnock, they finished 4th from bottom last season, and I really don't expect them to get into the top half of the season. And these shirts are very, very average. I don't think Hummel have done them great service this season. Checking out the home shirt here, to me it's a 4 out of 10. They've done something slightly different with the stripes. If you look at it, a couple of thick blue ones, thinner white ones. Yeah, it's okay, it's a slightly darker blue. And then checking out the away shirts, going for a half and half, looking more like Genoa if anything. The red chevrons, 6 out of 10, it's better than average, but it's nowhere near going to be into your 8, 9s and 10s. Yeah, Hummel, I think you could have done a little bit better for Kilmarnock. Sorry, it's the bottom half of the table finish for you guys in the shirt stakes. Livy, now they were newly promoted. They beat Ross County in the relegation playoffs 5-3 on aggregate, and they've released this. No, oh no, they haven't. No, there's no home shirt at present for Livy. So, better late than never, Livingston did release their home shirt. This one here. To me, it's a little bit more retro with that black across the chest. It's still not a great shirt. Joma really haven't pulled it out this season for most teams. So for me, I can only give this one a 5 out of 10. Livy. So they released this away shirt. Joma, a very, very standard looking shirt there. Black with the trims of yellow. It's an okay shirt. It's a 6. It's above average. I like the badge. The badge is really quite nice. 6 out of 10 is the best you're going to get from that. There's nowhere up into the upper echelons of our scoring with an 8, 9 or 10. A 6. Let's see what they come out for the home one. With Joma, I do not hold out much hope for you, Livy guys. Sorry. And are you going to stay up this season? Good luck. You've been in the Premier League before, and I think you might do it. Might stay up. Moving on to Motherwell, who were second in the relegation group last season. And they come out with this home shirt. Now Motherwell really do stand out with their kind of darker yellow and red shirts. I think this one's okay. It's Macron, but it could have done a little bit better. I've given it a 5 out of 10. It is average. That red band across the chest just doesn't look quite great. It's not great. Breaks it up a bit, maybe because they wanted to get that sponsorship in there. I do like the stripes that they've got, the pinstripes, really quite cool, but I think that kind of red band kind of lowers it down a little bit for me. The away one, slightly better. At least they've used the maroon and yellow on the collar and cuffs. I love how the way they've used that MFC badge. I remember seeing that in the 90s when they had pony shirts. They were way back there and had this very strange quarter shirt. Take a pattern on that picture of that. Use the MFC on there. It's an okay shirt. It's got a kind of strange sublimated S, maybe to represent the Steelman, because that's what Motherwell used to, kind of Motherwell with the big steel works there. Maybe that's what the S is for. I'm not sure, let me know in the comments if you know that. It's a nice shade of blue, but it's a 6. It's slightly better than average shirts. Will we see them get into the upper part of the league when we come down to it? I don't think so. I think they're going to be in the bottom half of the league this season. I think they'll probably stay in. Let's move on to Rangers, who were second quite comfortably last season. They've released 3 of their shirts. This home shirt, I think it's a really nice shirt for Rangers. Well done. I think it's a cracking 8 out of 10, I would say. Unibet sponsor, I just don't get that zero mission across there. It just makes it too cluttered, and all the dots. I would have preferred a bigger Unibet there. I like how Umbro have done the collar there. It's nice, it's a bit classy. You're not Castor anymore. Well done, because Castor makes some rubbish kits. But that's a really good shirt. An 8 out of 10. You'll be happy with that, Rangers guys. Your away one, I've given it a 5 out of 10. To me, it looks like an 80s England Admiral shirt with that red and blue, but maybe that's the look that we're going for. It's an okay shirt. It's average. The sponsor kind of ruins it again. I like the collar and cuffs, because you've got the red and the blue on there, but I think it's just slightly too much of the red and blue at the top. It's white. I would have preferred maybe a thinner. Maybe you could have done something like that. It's still a 5 out of 10. And then their away shirt. I like it, but it's still an average shirt. It's a 5 out of 10 for me. That kind of diagonal slash across at the top, which is kind of a grey, bottom half which is black. It's a bit of blue around there in the collar. Yeah, you're okay with that, but it's still a 5 out of 10. You put the crest in a shield, which I like, but sorry guys, Rangers, that's a 5 out of 10 for me. And then we have our final team from the SPFL, St Mirren, or St Mirren, or St Mirren. Yeah, they're from the west of Glasgow, out towards Paisley near the Glasgow airport. Now, they finished 6th last season, missing out on European football by not too many points. I think they've got a chance to get back into the top 6 next season. Home shirt, I think it's a cracking 8 out of 10 number for me. I like how they kind of got, I think it's a Paisley pattern that they've used for the stripes. It makes it look a bit wonky, kind of reminiscent of that Juventus zebra stripe one almost. I think it's a really nice shirt. It's an 8 out of 10 for me. I think you should be pleased with that one, Sunderland fans. Really quite cool. Their away one, I think lets them down a little bit. It's a black kind of marble. I like how they've used red for the accent colour. Like the badge in red stands out with the sponsorship and the Macron logo, red trim around the collar and the cuffs. Yeah, it's an okay shirt, but it's bang average. I think you need something different on it. Maybe a collar, maybe you've got a 6. Yeah, but it's an okay shirt. So, when I put them all together, winners for me are Aberdeen and Hibs, who got 8 and 9 for both of their shirts. If I was going for an overall winner, I would have to say it is this one here, the Hibs home shirt. I think that's the best shirt this year. It's a really classy shirt, celebrating their 150th anniversary. Well done for them for winning my SPFL league. I think Celtic got their 3rd shirt. This one here got a 9 out of 10. Still no hoops, but with a twist. But we have to give a shout out to Hearts. These 2 of their shirts gave 8. Good trio. They were just let down by that 3rd shirt, I think. A little bit short for me. So, overall, that's my ratings. Let me know in the comments, what do you think is the best SPFL kit? I look forward to seeing what happens in the SPFL season. Let's face it, I think Celtic are going to probably be champions. We'll probably see Rangers in 2nd, and we're probably going to see 3rd, 4th and 5th being Aberdeen, Hearts and Hibs in any order you want. It's going to be a battle for 6th place, probably between, I'd probably think St Mirren will be in there, and I would be surprised to see Dundee United trying to squeeze in there as well. And then down towards the bottom, I think it's going to be tough for Falkirk and Livy coming up. But let's look forward to seeing what Livy's home shirt actually looks like. Thanks for joining me in rating these shirts. Give us a like and subscribe, and I'll see you for another shirt review in another video. Bye for now.